Not enough liquor and cigarettes can prepare me for what's happening here. 20 years on the job, and I don't think I've seen such shit just like this. Good luck, boys. I'd share a drink with you if I could.
It's time for another brand new entry into the horror gallery, Alex, and today is a series that neither of us ever knew existed, found out about recently, and surprisingly, a lot of people in our community are big fans of.
Really?
And that's Friday the 13th, the series. Now, we were both big fans of Freddy's Nightmares growing up. We discovered that, but I never came across this. Did you?
I've never heard of this. I've known about and watched Freddy's Nightmares in 2018. I found a bootleg DVD on eBay. Terrible quality, no subtitles. Audio is way out of whack. But this is like a nice box set. And I never knew this existed. I've never seen a single frame of this. And I wonder if it's like the same style, but imagine Jason as a horror host. He can't say anything. He can't talk.
His mother's voice, you know, how like sometimes his mother's voice would be there later on.
Or just a decapitated head, you know, just sitting there in a shrine.
Yeah. I have never seen any of this either. I did do a little bit of research into the series, you know, when purchasing it and getting ready to watch it and picking what episode we're watching today. But I'm not going to tell you any of that because I want you to go in as blind as possible. And we'll talk about it a little bit afterwards. The episode that we are watching is a Halloween-themed episode. I figured that was fitting, so we're going to get jumping into it. You were saying you were surprised it was like even released physically? Yeah, me too. And it's a legitimate release, you know, through CBS.
This feels like I'm watching something that shouldn't exist. Like, I can't fathom that this is real.
And the fact that people have heard about it, like when we started asking our community what anthology stuff to watch, a lot of people brought this series up.
It's the one person you want
Hellowe'en.
to come up to on this creepy Halloween night. Rockin' Ross saying...
Uncle Lewis? His name is Uncle Lewis? Or did it say as Uncle Lewis?
It was as.
As, okay. I thought it said A. It's because the font was the same, so I thought it said and. My bad.
So make sure you take a little more time checking between the parked cars and at the crosswalks, okay? You want little Johnny winding up.
What do you think Timothy Bond is doing right now?
Was very interesting. He directed a lot of anthology-type TV.
Oh. Ryan, Mama! What's going on?
I'm guessing this was the 90s?
I think 80s.
Do you really think it's wise to invite all these people into the store at once?
I made a sign. The vault is off limits.
Oh, a sign. You're all good now.
Everyone listens to those.
Yeah. Especially all drunk on Halloween.
Yeah, and you see the word vault, you immediately go, oh, there's something of value in there. Now, do you think the show was something just slapped together and just put Friday the 13th on there so people would watch it?
Oh, I know about all of that. Do you want me to tell you? I was going to wait till afterwards.
Okay. I mean, that's what I assume. It's like, no one's going to watch this show unless we put a big IP on it.
That's a lovely dress you're almost wearing, my dear, but why in the world have you got a bun behind your ear?
It's like he has to be a creep in addition to a magician or a wizard or whatever he's dressed as.
Of course.
What terrible making out acting back
Yeah,
there.
it's like her face is like on his like shoulder.
What are you doing?
Oh, look.
Can't you read? You're the biggest wimp I have ever seen.
Well, this sign's not for us. They have Jason Voorhees down there on a chain.
I saw things here that made me swear that I was never going to come in here again.
What is that costume?
I think he just has it
Pulled down?
I think it's supposed to be dopey, maybe?
But he's not wearing it?
Yeah, if he brings it up to his nose, maybe it looks more like...
He's doing like a boomer with a COVID mask, pulled down.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a mask.
Oh, it's on.
Jeez.
Looks pretty, yeah, realistic. There you go, just turn off the breaker. It's like, why are they down here? What are they looking for?
That's immediately where my mind goes whenever I see one of those. I just want to shut it off.
Or open the door and all the switches.
Yeah. Or check the breakers.
Oh, they do. They actually do want to turn the power off.
There you go.
And the first card is Death!
You will die!
The second card is breasts.
Everyone's scared. Turn on the lights.
The only light in here is the one lighting the shot.
This is why I prefer magic. Technology is so undependable.
Interesting to think of just regular lights as technology, but I guess at one time that was new technology.
Yeah.
Not in the 80s or 90s, but
yeah,
back
yeah.
when what he's dressed as. He saw that and was like, I'll just leave.
There's something happening to the crystal ball in the basement. Weird lights and sounds.
Oh, no.
Do we have time for another take? Nope.
I knew this place was no good!
Maybe this guy is a shoot wizard, but then I ask, wow, no creativity for Halloween, just dressed up as what you actually are?
They would never suspect.
Why would anyone suspect anyway?
Well, you know that guy dressed up as the wizard. I have a feeling he might be a wizard.
He looked a little too good in that costume.
I'm scared.
She's not real.
I was out trick-or-treating and I got lost.
Guess we better see you home. Come on.
She's a spirit. She's tricking him. Someone's going to take a photo. Canceled for being a...
Do better.
Listen, I think we better turn back.
So we're back from what? Going to her house?
This is too far for me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little too scary in the suburban neighborhood.
With people actively trick-or-treating.
Not even a hello for your old Uncle Lewis.
Well, I thought the other guy was Uncle Lewis, so I was wrong.
Now I must pay for my sins for bringing so much evil into the world when I sold my soul.
Damn.
I've come back to undo the curse.
I don't think you can undo a deal with the devil for your soul. Maybe you can, I don't know.
Yeah, all he's done. What has he done? Oh! Oh no, it's a little person.
Louis.
Oh, she Uncle Lewis's minion?
I have to set right my greatest sin, the murder of my wife.
Oh my god!
My final secret sin.
Maybe we shouldn't help this guy if he murdered his wife.
I gotta undo this curse. And what is this curse?
I'm guessing he didn't actually murder her. The sin was something related to her murder. But no, what if you just straight up murder her? Oh, I don't feel like I should help you then.
How long has that corpse been rotting there?
No! Damn it! It was a work. Alright, at least he tried.
Goodbye, dear friends, and thank you. I wish I could stay, really, I do.
Your car's ready.
Wearing the wrong costume, man.
You should have brought your bear suit. I've seen your type before. You're all mouth and no action because you're too small where it counts. Come on here and get me.
It's like they're just driving by. Just stop the fuck with this guy.
And now they're doing this.
Get it!
I gotta beat this guy's ass! That was like a pro wrestling cell. Like, oh. What's great is if you went into that store, just like as a customer or something, you would just think that's a prop part of the store, just like something about a note about an amulet stabbed into the wall. It's like, oh, look at that.
If you had a choice, would you choose to be a man or a woman?
Oh, I'll choose to be alive, Greta. Nothing else matters.
Okay, it's an odd detail to say.
All right.
Who's gonna end up as a woman, right?
That's some, yeah.
It's like, why else would they say that?
Or just a quiet scene of them walking in wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Say
something.
To pad that runtime.
Damn, couldn't find anyone that just died of natural causes. They all, some type of physical trauma.
Yeah, all bludgeoned.
What is this? There's not one calm, peaceful death here.
2 hours and 18 minutes till sunrise.
Only 2 more hours.
Bloody hand on the wall?
Let they check 2 bodies and they're leaving?
Metro Hospital. Died in sleep. Hey, what's going? What are you doing? What are you?
Oh, damn!
Oh, okay, it's some guy delivering a body.
That's great.
Okay, that's good.
And I love that, it wasn't just like chokes him or anything, just like a box.
It's a giant fucking box.
You think you can get close to him? I think so. If he doesn't move, I can go hide behind those boxes, maybe distract him.
What if it was a short ritual and they were already done? You're just game planning in this closet.
Yeah, like coming here.
It's Robert England.
That's your body.
The second time they've shown that hand, so something had to have happened.
Raise it up and make it move.
Oh, sorry.
Trips her, puts his foot out. And like typical TV movie thing, that would kill her somehow.
Oh my god, this is coming. Okay.
Oh shit! It's all so random. There's no rules.
Anyone can be anything.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna put her in the casket. Casket match.
Why didn't she do that to the old man? Just. Oh, nice. Oh, he's done.
He just leaves. I'm out of here.
Fuck this.
Oh, now he's charmed. All right, well, neither of them stood a chance.
Get in the box.
Also, I love how the girl, she levitates to the box. Him, she just get in.
But you don't do that once. We're not doing that again.
Yeah, not enough budget.
Took way too long to set up.
Oh my god. She's gonna cremate him.
And die in the quiet, waiting for the touch of the hand of evil.
Damn, dude, this is a long ritual.
2 young guests, I'd give them a warm welcome.
What does that mean?
yeah, I'm assuming he must understand the pun.
Well, thanks, lady, but I have to start this entire ritual over again.
Hear my voice as it calls unto thee. I implore thy mercy on my quest.
I wonder what the actor laying on the table is thinking right now.
He's like, I'm getting paid for this.
Guys, I gotta be at Starbucks to work in 3 hours. Can we hurry up?
And bring to this thing before me the essence of my life.
And I love how everyone's so nonchalant about, like, not worrying about him finishing it all. Like, oh, all right, well.
It's like, I got time. I know which part of the ritual this is.
Why would you why not push it? Push it to the other side. Oh, damn.
Meanwhile, the other one's still going in. This guy literally ran probably 6 blocks and beat it before it could.
He's got 8 minutes to complete it.
What do we do?
Well, it's a long shot, but I think that if I can slow him down enough,
With how long this ritual is, I don't think you guys have to do anything. I think he'll run out of time on his own.
Hey, Uncle Lewis, you like it in hell?
Greta, take care of that.
Now I have to start over again. Oh, yeah, we've seen so many clips put into slow-mo. I think it's the first one we've ever seen sped up. What? She tripped and died! She tripped and died! I literally called it. Oh, yeah, damn. That's her big moment. Oh! Blows up?
Went back to hell.
I was gonna say, what happens when a demon dies? They just go back to hell?
Like, oh, you're back.
It's still 2 minutes on the clock.
Stop the clock, Louis!
Oh my.
the man can make an exit.
Bro's been stewing on that one.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of it's just been revoked.
Enjoy the fact that we don't have to go through this again until next year.
2 weeks from now, it'll be Friday the 13th.
Let me tell you real quick what I know. So, this was made. It's 3 seasons of this. This was made originally, and it was called The 13th Hour, while it was like being made.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with Friday the 13th, as you predicted. And then before they released it, they just changed the name to Friday the 13th, the series, to, connect it to the IP. Jason never appears in this series and has nothing to do with it.
Really?
Yes. Not only that, but it's not a pure anthology. These characters are our main characters, but it's an anthology in the sense that every episode is based on a different cursed object. So this one here is this amulet, but every episode is a different object that they have to go track down, or fighting a different whatever. But these are the characters in every one. So my biggest takeaway from that is these characters were not good.
They're god awful.
So
I hated all of them.
So them being the characters in every episode is definitely not something that makes me want to revisit it. The Jack character, I guess I put him on a slightly higher level, both in his performance and stuff, than the I think they're brother and sister. But the brother and sister, I mean, acting was not good, and then they were also writing wise completely hopeless. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah, this just god awful. This god awful. I will agree that Jack was probably the best performance. Uncle Lewis, I thought he was terrible up until he became a real person. I'm like, oh, that's a little better. He's a little more fleshed out. But yeah, our main through line, these two kids were just god awful in this lived-in world. I just didn't buy it at all. Just obviously we're just sitting on a set somewhere. Actually, not Jack. The best performance goes to the little person, that lady. She was, although her powers were a little bit
whatever they wanted to
be, and however convenient. And you calling her death was probably the funniest.
That's hilarious.
The best part was like she was stepping over a gas can, and like her leg was like already over it, and just like you accidentally brush against something as you're taking the next step, and like that took her out. It's like, oh well. And some very bad like Obi-Wan Kenobi chase scene style, like little Leia, you know what I mean? It's like when the little person was like running around like looking for her. It's like, oh, this is bad. This is goofy. That red handprint never came back into play.
Oh yeah, that was I was gonna say. Is it never explained those people who had like blunt trauma, and then he says like, oh, there's no normal deaths here, and then there's like a red hand on the wall as if like, something happened, and then it never explains it. Is that maybe some little Easter eggs put in of it was supposed to be Jason Voorhees, but it doesn't make any sense. Now, look, am I going into this expecting the greatest thing I've ever seen? No. I mean, there's only a handful. I mean, of the Friday the 13th movies, only a few of them are even good. So, going into this, am I expecting this anthology show that wasn't even connected to it to be the greatest I've ever seen? No. More so going into it, just to have a fun time. And there were small moments here. I'll definitely remember calling the death of the demon character and it being almost exactly what I said, which is hilarious. But there wasn't enough. Like, there wasn't enough over-the-top, fun, goofy stuff. A lot of it was just kind of boring. And the actors were bad. So it wasn't, like, goofy enough. It wasn't campy, or... There were a few humor bits here and there, but it wasn't, like, in on the joke enough, in my opinion. So it just came off like, oh, yeah, why would I, I don't feel like I would have fun with any other episode either. I obviously don't know if that's the case, but that's kind of the vibe of it I got.
Yeah, it kind of just didn't have its own vision. Like, I'm thinking of Tales from the Crypt, that episode we watched. 2 episodes. Both had a very distinct, strong vision and direction. Like, this felt like super flat and boring and like no taste or its own thing came into it. And I thought, when you said like, well, at the end we said, oh, it was called something like The 13th Hour. I'm like, okay, this is its own thing that someone made with the passion project. Because at first I'm like, oh, Friday the 13th, this series, they just lazily put together a show and slapped Friday the 13th on it. It's like, oh, people are going to watch it. But it's like, no, it was already its own thing while it's being made. And what, did they realize, oh, this is shit, no one's going to watch this. But what if we put Friday the 13th on it? Then people are going to watch it. And it's like, I don't know who owns Friday the 13th, but, or like, I don't know, were the people who made the first movie, they're like, oh, they just call this the series? I mean, it's not like there's a lot of integrity with Friday the 13th. They pumped out sequels like one a year for like 10 years straight.
Yeah, and it did release. So this first season was in '87. So it did release, in the midst of the franchise. It wasn't, similar to Freddy's Nightmares. It wasn't like the franchise has been long dead and then they make this series years later. Like, it's in the midst of the franchise going on. So it's almost like they were like, hey, everyone likes these movies. Let's just commission this show, And I get it from like a marketing standpoint, but obviously you have that letdown of having no involvement whatsoever. I mean, I even it's been a long time since I've watched him, but I've even remembered enjoying a lot of the Freddy's Nightmares episodes where he has nothing to do with it. But even at least he's the host.
Yeah, he's the host.
Yeah.
Like this, it's just nothing to do with it. Oh, let's put this IP on it. People are gonna watch it. And I don't know. I feel if it's Friday the 13th, the series, I feel like there's so many like stretch the canon of Friday the 13th, and there's so many like Crystal Lake camp stories, or that's the setting. That's the it's like kids around a campfire telling a story at Camp Crystal Lake. And it's, I know a story. Similar to Midnight Club, the Mike Flanagan show, where like each kid tells a story and it goes into wacky, bizarre, episode about whatever. But this was just like, I don't know what. This doesn't appeal to anyone. Look at this plain white text.
Yeah, and the director, I brought him at the beginning, Timothy Bond. So when I was researching, what episodes to, watch, obviously this one stuck out. It has a Halloween, theme to it, so that made an obvious connection. But also just looking at like who was involved, this was Timothy Bond who directed it, and he is a very prevalent director of anthology shows. I mean, The Outer Limits, Goosebumps, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. He's all over the place. He directs a lot of the episodes of this series. He even directed 2 episodes of Next Generation. But, which isn't an anthology show, but that's also just a connection. So I thought, okay, yeah, maybe this would be the one to check out. Now, maybe I just made a poor choice, and maybe there's far better episodes that you guys can let us know. But this one, yeah, definitely was not one to hook me into the series. So,
no, not at all. This was '87.
Yeah.
Oh, because for a second I thought the guy playing the main dude, the young kid. I thought maybe that was a grown-up version of Stan the Man Uris from It 1990.
Oh, yeah, it did look like him.
But that's 1990. Yeah, this is 87, so never mind. And I thought, oh, the quality in this looks bad because it was a shitty, made-for-TV show. But then It 1990 was a made-for-TV movie.
Probably a little bit of a higher budget, but...
Yeah, true.
But we saw the grown-up Stan. He died in the bathtub. Josh, those filmed at the same time.
And that guy... played Clark in The Thing.
Oh yeah! I never put that together. I will say, just again from my research, while there is no connection with Jason Voorhees ever showing up or anything like that, there is a lot of cast and crew connections. So a lot of people that did work on the movies did work on the show on various episodes. The main guy in this, I guess, does go either already or does go on to star in one of the Friday the 13th movies, not as the same character. So there is a lot of connections to it. It's the same people in that way, but there's no like canon connection to it from what I understand. So that's my knowledge of it. But overall, I think that's the most disappointing part because, had it been like Freddy's Nightmares and it was just Jason Voorhees somehow involved, even just as the host or whatever, but like you said, he can't talk, so how would you even do that?
Yeah, it would have to be Jason's mom, who is the first spoiler. Spoiler for the first movie. It's like, and she was great. Can you imagine her back in her sweater, just sitting here, like, this reminds me of my son Jason. Anyway, here's a story about whatever. I think she'd be a great horror host.
Yeah, that would have been a cool idea, and even just have Jason just in the back, or something.
Oh yeah, and have a bunch of like funny little gags or whatever on like this TV set or whatever. Freddy's were all bad though, like because it was just him by himself. But if it was like Jason and his mom, that'd be like a fun thing to play off of. Because with Freddy, it's always just some bad pun, and then
yeah. Well, like I said at the top, I know that this show does have its fans out there. So let us know. Are there better episodes that we could check out that's a little bit higher maybe as the show goes on? It finds itself, gets a little better. Whatever the case is, let us know. And I mean, I have the whole box set, so. Might as well check it out if there is any.
Yeah, there it is, right there. That part.
With you know what I mean? You know what's funny? When I bought that, you ever like buy something but your memory is like not that distinct on it or whatever? I could have sworn the case right there was Jason Voorhees, like his mask. And then when I read that he had nothing to do with it, I'm like, really, they put him on the cover even though he has nothing to do with it? And I look back and it's just a skull. So it's like my mind played a trick on me.
I think it did it to me today, because I could have swore the mask was on there. I'm like, oh, the mask is on the cover. And I'm like, oh, wait, it's not. Wow.